Okay, so today we will be doing a comparison. Two sneakers going head to head to decide which one is going to come out on top. We will be using a bunch of metrics to put them to the test, from aesthetics to fit to durability, performance and lots more. So if you want to know which of these New Balance 1906 sneakers will give you the best value for your money in 2025, stick around and let's do this, guys. Now, to start this battle, we are going to call in our first metric, and that is design. Now, when you look at both of these, they look almost identical. I mean, except for the colorway, it's hard to tell them apart. However, when you take a closer look, you start to see some subtle differences in the way that the overlays are shaped. And then as you move towards the top bit, you notice the running printed on the tongue of the R, as well as the enhanced performance with Ortholite printed in the insoles. And I believe this is just to emphasize that the R is more on the athletic side than the U. So I suppose we should be expecting a bit more in terms of performance. The lacing and the utility feels a bit thicker, which is just a design thing. I don't think it bears any significance to its durability. The soles are completely identical. As you can see, it's exactly the same design on both shoes. Now overall, I think I prefer the design on the U. And maybe I'm being a bit color partial, because besides the colorway, I think this is a bit like splitting hairs, honestly. I think this particular R is a bit too laid back for my liking. I mean, the gold outlines give it a bit of a premium look, but I think when compared to the U, it just lacks a bit of punch. So except you are specifically looking for something that's laid back but still looks high quality, I think the U will be your go-to. So yeah, the U wins this round for me. Now for our second metric, fit. Now I was skeptical at first about the U just because I thought it might be a bit less dynamic than the R because of its colours. Because sometimes you've just got too much colours, it starts to seem a little bit chaotic. Well, turns out in this case, the variety was actually a good thing, because look how they both fared with various outfits. The black just gave the regular black shoe vibes, while the grey and black with the touches of red and silver just meant that you could match this with a lot more outfits. It's fascinating how colours work when it comes to combining outfits. Again, despite the colours, I think they give off the exact same vibes in terms of the silhouette. I did a review of the 1906A not long ago when the Inkwell was launched, and I did mention I thought they looked really nice on foot. But again, it's the colour combination and the utility that just gives it the edge for me. So yeah, again, this round goes to the utility. Now in terms of comfort, first off, I want to add a bit of a disclaimer. I was only able to get one in size 11 and the other in 11.5, so slight differences in the sizes. Now my exact size is 11, but I go half a size up for most shoes as I've got a bit of a wide foot. So maybe that makes me an 11.5. I don't know how they size these things these days, but what I will say is that despite the fact that I got the utility in 11 and the R in 11.5, interestingly enough, it was the utility that felt a bit more roomy. Now I'm not quite sure why, but my guess is the R is more of a run-in / performance model, hence it was made to be a bit more snug than the utility, which as the name implied was made to offer a bit more flexibility in its use. Obviously that was just my theory based on my experience, so by all means correct me in the comment section if you feel like you know a bit more than I do. I think in terms of comfort, it really boils down to your preference. If you want something more athletic, you might prefer the snug fit of the R's, whereas if you want a casual lifestyle shoe, the roomy fit of the U might work better for you. So I'm going to call this round a draw. Next up is durability. Now just from first impressions, I can tell you that the R feels a bit more durable than the U. Now just from me feeling around it, I found the R just a bit more resistant to compression and bending stress. The upper just felt a bit firmer and more resilient to me. Again, this might be down to its focus on performance, so yeah, this round is going to the R. Now for traction, guys, I tried both of these on foot, and I can say that just from experience, I felt no difference at all between the two, which I kind of expected because like I said previously, the soles are exactly the same. So yeah, this is definitely another draw. Now for price, I got the R's for £140 while the U's cost me £155, and I purchased both from JD, so it wasn't a case of a difference in third-party retail prices. I think that pricing can be a bit tricky because I don't just look at the cost but also the value. Now I think that for a casual lifestyle hybrid, even though the U costs £15 more, the design and fit might be giving me more out of it than the R's. So I'm kind of a little in the middle here. Maybe the more appropriate question to ask would be, how much value for your money are these two for their respective prices? I think that's a fairer way to look at it, and if I do, I think it might be another draw. I think they both give you value depending on what you're looking for, so feel free to get any one of these that best suits your needs. Now if we move on to performance, guys, I think without a doubt it's the R for me. It feels snug and durable, and you can just tell it was made to perform. So if you want to get more out of these shoes from a performance perspective, the R will be your best bet in my opinion. So yeah, this round goes to the R. Okay, last but not least, status. I think if you've been following till this point, you kind of know where this is going. From the price to the design, the functionality, you can tell the utility was made for a more pristine use case. It just looks a bit more catchy and aesthetically pleasing. Just looking at both, you can almost tell the reasons behind New Balance design for both. I think the utilities are the higher grade just as far as both shoes go. Yes, this round is going to the U. And so there you have it guys, the U just slightly edges this. I hope this was a fair comparison, and please let me know how you feel about these. Do you agree with some of my ratings? Would you have rated these a bit differently? Did I miss anything, or are there any other shoes that you'd like me to compare? Leave a comment below and let me know all your thoughts. And if you enjoy content like this, please like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on latest uploads. Until next time guys, stay stylish and see you in the next video. Peace.